All right, my friends, I get a question a lot, probably 5 times, about Social Security statements. Are they wrong? I've had a number of people email me this link to a Steve Savant video where he interviews some guy where he talks about Social Security statements being incorrect. And it's true to some degree. I mean, I'll share with you why that's true. I don't think it's nefarious, and I certainly don't think Social Security Administration is doing something misleading. I don't know how else literally don't know how you would do it from their perspective. But let's dive into this because I think there's something of interest that'll help you maybe make a better, more informed decision on your Social Security statement. So this is a sample statement I pulled off from SSA.gov. This is actually 2018. I can't remember if they've updated for 2019. I think they did. For some reason, I just picked this one off, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. This is for Wanda Worker. All right, so her date of birth, which is important, was in 1958. All right, so we know her date of birth was 1958. We know her earliest year of eligibility would be 1958 plus 62, then 2020, because your earliest year of eligibility is when you turn 62. Now, we also know, you'll see on your record, these are your earnings records, all right? So you can see, that might not show so well, but 1974, Wanda Worker made $220 of real taxable income. That's how much she was taxed for Social Security. And then in 2016, she made $47,000, and she had a number of years in between. So she made money from 2017 to 1974. 2017 minus 1974, so she has 43 years of earnings, which we're only going to take the top 35. So we know the ones from 1974 most likely would be gone, 75 and whatnot. We don't know because we haven't indexed them based off her earliest year of eligibility. So what I'd advise Miss Wanda to do, I'd say go on SSA.gov, type in for your earliest year of eligibility, which again is when she turns 62 at 20, it'll give you the inflated amounts that you use to times the earnings that you made in 1984, 1986, and so on and so on, as based on your earliest year of eligibility, again at 62 years old. So then we know exactly which of these 35 years she'll keep for her record and which she'll dispose of. Now, Social Security is already doing that for us, but it's interesting to know that for sure because, again, and earnings that she made in 2006 of $42,679, that's not what she's based this on. Her income for Social Security is not based on $42,679. It's based on the inflated amount, the indexed amount, which is based on her earliest year of eligibility. So my earliest year of eligibility is 2032. It's going to be different than Miss Wanda's. All right. So now we got her April of 1958, which means her full retirement age is actually 66 and 8 months. 1960 or beyond, your full retirement age is 70. 1959 is 66 and 10 months, 58, 66 and 8 months, and so on. And for this record, we're just going to assume her full retirement age is 67, just for simplicity, because I just can't off the top of my head, I don't want to do the calculations for the months of her full retirement age. But we're not even there yet here. All right. So we know this right here is not what your record is. That's what your record's based on after they inflate the numbers with the inflator, which is the average wage index, the AWI. This right here is what they use. Now, once you hit 60, they no longer use the AWI. They use the cost of living adjustment, and the trustees report assumes that cost of living adjustment will be 2.6 going forward, which is what we're going to show you here. All right, so again, this number right there, your earnings record, is going to be inflated by the average wage index of whatever the trustees use. And you can see it, I mean, literally, it's right there for all to see. There's nothing hidden, nothing nefarious, nothing misleading. It's right there. You know, this is my earnings record. Going to Social Security, my earliest year of eligibility, I know exactly what my benefit is going to be based on. All right, now I do want to show you something else, though. This is where it could be somewhat, I don't want to say misleading, but you might make a mistake if you're not understanding how this works. Okay, so what they'll say up here, this is page 2, very explicitly, you have earned enough credits to qualify for benefits. At your current earnings record, all right, and her current earnings record is she made $46,770 in 2016, which is what we're going to use for her current earnings record. And that's what Social Security uses going forward. At your current earnings record, if you continue to work until your full retirement age, 67, again, her full retirement age really isn't 67, but that's what they're putting here. your benefit will be $1,851. All right, so that's what we're saying. At your current earnings record, if you continue to work until you're 67 years old. Now, right now she's 61 because 61. So that'd be another 6 years of making roughly $47,000 a year. Then her benefit will be $1,851. And this is where I 100% agree with that guy from Steve Savant, where it's wrong. I'll share with you here in just a second. At your current earnings record at age 70, your benefit would be about $23.47. And see, that's what's of interest to me, because at her current earnings record, are they, and I haven't run the numbers on a spreadsheet, so I'm just curious, because they're saying if you continue to work, until, it says right there, if you continue working until your full retirement age, or you're age 70 or you're 62, this will be your benefit base. And I don't know that to be true, because I think our current earnings record at 47,000 would change your benefit a little bit, but it doesn't show that. So it's actually kind of interesting. I think it would be actually a little bit higher than what this is saying. Steve Savant guy wasn't saying it kind of like that, but he was also making the case that what you're seeing here is lower than what it'll truly be. And I 100% agree with that. But it's of interest to me. So I'm like, wait a second. It says right here, if I continue to work until I'm 67, then my full benefit will be $1,851. If I continue to work till I'm 70, my full benefit will be $23.47. But that's not true necessarily, because I have 3 more years of paying into the system. Does that make sense? This just says right here, my PIA is my primary insurance amount at my full retirement age is $1,851. Well, he times that by 25%, because that's what you get with, or 24% with the delayed earnings credits. So we have our PIA at 67. That means 100% of your benefit of your full retirement age. Your FRA is 67, which means your PIA, your primary insurance amount, is this right here. And at your full retirement age, you get 100% of your PIA. If you delay until you're 70, in this case, you'll get 24% more than that amount right there. So 1851 times 1.24. Our trusty calculator gives us right about that amount of money. And again, this is off by a couple because her full retirement age is actually 66 and 8 months. But just for simplicity, it's right about that. But what the statement doesn't say, though, it says explicitly, if you continue to work until you're 70, this will be your benefit. I just don't believe that to be true. I think your benefit will be significantly higher than that. But anyway, either way, because I'll run a different spreadsheet on that and look at that a little bit more in detail here in another video. All right, but they say if you continue to work until you're 62, your benefit will be this right here. All right, so that just tells me that they're basing her benefit off of continue to work until she's 62, and then they're going to say your PIA is that amount right there, which is not the same as she continues to work to 67. I'm just telling you, it's not. So again, it's undervaluing what your true Social Security is going to be. It's actually quite interesting to me, and I hadn't thought about it like this until I started doing this video. I said, oh yeah, and this is my second take of it, because I said, no, that does make sense. There is something there that we have been overlooking, because they are assuming your benefit base is based on an age of 62, even though they don't say that. They say the exact opposite. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep into this because it's of interest to me, and I do want to crunch some numbers. But I do want to show you where it's misleading and under showing your record. All right, so let me show you. We're going to assume that she stops working. Her PIA is 1851. If she takes benefits, she'll get $13.14 if she takes it early, because she'll reduce her benefit by 30%. Again, assuming her full retirement age is 67. All right, just be with me here. So this will reduce her benefit by $537 now when she takes her benefit, which would be at 60, which would be next year. All right. Now, if she doesn't take her benefit till 67, she'll get this. If she takes it till 60, when she's 70 with a delayed earnings credit, she'll get this. All right, so the 1851, her primary insurance amount is $537 more than her benefit at 62. All right. Now, if she waits until she's 70, she'll get $1,033 more than she took it at 62. All right, so she gets literally, quite a significant difference there. $1,033 more dollars on that amount right there. Or she'll get $496 more than this amount right here. All right, so that makes sense. So if she waits until she's 70, she'll get $496 more than she would have gotten at 67, or she'll get $1,033 more than she would have received at 62. With me so far? Now let's fast forward 10 years, and this is where it gets interesting. And this is where I think there is something to be said about the Social Security statement under showing you what your benefit is going to be. We got 2.6 cost of living adjustments, 2.6, because that's what the trustees report says. So we fast forward, we got 10 years at 62. If she took at 62, her benefit here will be $1,698. All right, so $1,698 is what? Is 2.6% more than what for 10 years than what she had at 62. Here the benefit will go from 1851 to 2,392. Now before is 537 more, and now it's 694 more. You see what I'm saying? So because what's going on here, not only is she getting the cost of living adjustments, but the 2.6 is on a bigger nut, essentially. So what's happening here, her 537 is actually now worth $694 a month. Does that make sense? Which is a 29% increase over 10 years, which is significantly higher than just 2.6% over 10 years. I mean, that's much, much higher because it's growing. There's a bigger and bigger gap between the two. I mean, it's going from 537 to 694. That means it's grown by $60 a month more. That's per month, my friends. So just having taken at full retirement age, she's increasing her income not only by $537 a month, but now it's by 29% more because the cost of living adjustment is on a bigger nut to begin with. Interesting again, if we wait till delayed earnings credits, now she's got $1,335 more than what she had here with a 2.6%, which again is a 29% increase. The same thing, 29% across the board. And now she got $641 more. So if she waited until she is 70 to take, by the time she's 80, she'll have $1,335 more a month than she would have taken at 62, or $641 a month more than she would have taken at for retirement age, which is pretty significant. We're talking 29% increases. All right. So now let's go forward another. So man, she's what's that? I don't know. 2029. She's going to be 62 in 2000, and she'll be 62 next year. So 2029, she'll be 70 something. 71. She'll be 71 years old. That's it. So now we wait until we're 81 years old. Can you see down here? 81. I'm just curious to see 62. We'll go 67, and then we'll go 70, and get a gauge. Yeah, y'all can see that. Good. So here. She takes it now. Now it's not quite 62 now, it's because she won't be 62 until next year, 2019, 2029, and we're going to say 2000, and that'll be 2039, when she's only 81 years old. She's still a sprite young child. All right, so we got a 1314 times present value, 20 years now. Compute future value would be 2195. 2195. All right. And now we got 1851 as our present value. That's going to be 3092, and here at 70, 2347 is our present value, 3921. All right, so let's do this. How do I want to do this so y'all can still stay in the picture? I'll tell you, maybe I don't want to erase that. So we got 3921. You can't really see that, can you? Let's just get rid of this 29%. Oh, here we go. Just do it like this. 3921. Oh, yeah. 3921, 3921, 3092, and 2195. All right. So now 3921 minus 3092. Oops. 3921 minus 3092 equals 829. You see that? Yeah, sweet. 3921 minus 2195. Oops. 3921 minus 2195 equals 1726. Look at that, man. That's freaking crazy. 3092 minus 2195 equals 897. All right, so that means that's just crazy. So we got 897 divided by 1851. That's a 48.5% increase. So I'm just going to assume it's the same thing, everything. That's almost a 50% increase in income over the 20 years. And she's only 81 years old, man. So here she's, let's see, 71, 61, 81. I mean, man, I tell you, look at that. She's getting 17. She's almost making more here than her whole Social Security statement if she benefit if she took out 62. By waiting until she's 70, she's literally almost getting more than that whole monthly benefit is. That's just, man, that's crazy. And all she had to do was wait 8 years. Now I get it. You'll say, well, Josh, 13, 14. I don't know how I do that, to be honest with you. 13, 14 a month. I guess you go with zero present value, 13, 14. There's a payment maybe. Yeah, 13, 14 payment, 2.6 our interest. And we're going to do how many months? That's 84 months. That'd be worth, I don't know if that's right. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure how to do this. We got, I'm thinking 13, 14 a month times 12. It's $15,000 times $15,000 times 8, but we still have to adjust that with 2.6. It's about $150,000. So if she took, and off the top of my head, I don't want to figure it out, but if she took it at 13, 14 a month and didn't spend it, well, it doesn't matter what she did with it. She would get about $150,000 of income if she took it at 62 by the time she waited till she's 70. All right, but now she's getting $3,921 at 80. At 81, and on top of that, she's getting $3,033. Anyway, it's 78 is a break-even point. We know that for a fact. But now we're talking, we're talking significantly higher benefit, man. Significantly higher than if she took it at 81. Anyway, so it's interesting to me. So the Social Security statement, I don't think reflects that very well. I think it just shows you, because a couple of things. I just don't. It says if you work until you're 70, if you work until you're 67, these are going to be your benefits amounts, which is the exact same as here, just adjusted for the delayed earnings credits or reduced because you took it early. That doesn't make sense to me, not in the least. So anyway, I do think it's I don't want to say misleading because that sounds like it's I think you need to look into this more because there's so much more than meets the eye. So I'm curious. So what I want to do next, I'm going to take these numbers off her earnings record. I'm going to plump them down to a spreadsheet, and then I'm going to have her working until these years. I'm curious to see if it shows the same as hers, because I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be different. So we'll see. All right, stick with me. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.